something for all the new folks, you know, you want to be writing down. You want to start finding out and ask them if they're still active in the business for one thing, but if they are, what are they buying? What is their buying criteria? You know, the area in the Metroplex, whether it's by city or zip code, and I suggest you might even want both, because you're going to find that you may be looking for somebody in a specific zip code, so you can go search on that zip code in your contact list, and then there's other people that just say Fort Worth or Weatherford. Well, the problem is if you just go Fort Worth, that's a whole lot more zip codes than one zip code, you know? So my suggestion to you is, and nobody ever told me this 10 years ago, so a lot of my contacts don't have this level of detail, but my suggestion to you is you write down phone number, cities and zip code. That way you can go search on the specifics regardless, you know, depending on what your buyer's looking for. So get that level of detail in your contacts for that buyer. Find out what their price limitations are. Find out how quick they can close. Are you an all-cash buyer, and how quick can you close? Are you using cash? Are you using hard money? Are you using credit cards, which, you know, people are doing? You know, if they're using hard money, how long does it take for their hard money lender to be ready to close? If they're using IRA money, I mean, there's a lot of different things like that that you really need to know. And because if you've got a deal that is, let's say, scheduled for foreclosure, you don't want to be talking to some, and it's scheduled for Tuesday, like I have one right now, it's scheduled for the auction Tuesday. I don't want to be talking to a cash buyer that can't get his money until 2 weeks from now, right? I mean, it doesn't do me any good. My house goes to sale Tuesday.
There's a lot of deals like short sales and stuff like that where they'll take your offer if you can close by the end of the month. You know, like if it's the 25th, they'll say, okay, I'll take your number if you can close by the end of the month.
Yep. I mean, there's so many different scenarios. This is why you've got to get some detail in your contacts, okay? You got to know who you're talking to.
How do you feel about, I constantly get calls from folks asking if I want to be put onto their buyer's list. Certainly I do if they have something, but I seldom ever get a call back from them saying I have something to sell. So do you feel like that's a good idea to be on a lot of different buyers lists?
I think me personally, I want to be on every stinking list I can get on. I might get one deal in 5 years, I might get one deal a month, you know, I want to be on everybody's list that I can get on. That's just me. It's one reason why my email is so full. And I get a lot of stuff coming across my desk. I want on everybody's list. Now, what I will tell you is that if I start seeing somebody that doesn't have a clue what they're doing, and they're sending me garbage every single time, and this has been going on, I'm to the point where I reply back to some of these people. I'm not joking. And I start asking questions. Where's the deal in this? You know, how did you come up with this being a wholesale deal? You know, I see it as 85% LTV, and you want all cash for it, you know, and you got $20,000 repaired or whatever it is, you know. But some of these people, I try to educate them at the same time. I mean, they just obviously have been reading the wrong books or listening to the wrong people when they start putting these so-called deals out to the masses to consider. I mean, if I see somebody like that doesn't learn and doesn't get it right, I get rid of them. But in the meantime, I want to be on everybody's list. I want to know what they're doing. I want to see the deals and at least pre-screen them, you know, and see if there is an opportunity there. Yes, ma'am.
Just a quick comment off what you're saying specifically, if you're new, just because a wholesaler puts a deal out there doesn't mean that they all know what they're doing, because they don't. And just because they say this is a deal and you read it and it says here's the house, here's the numbers, the repair costs are $10,000, make sure, especially if you've never worked with them before, that you do your own due diligence very carefully. Very carefully. Go through those numbers, make sure you're double checking everything they say.
Yeah,
You
that,
run your comps, I mean, everything needs to be done, because a lot of new people have made, I've heard so many stories of people saying, well, I got this wholesale deal from